For this video, I'm back in Hollywood Studios and I'm heading down Sunset Boulevard. I just want to take a moment before I move on. You see there's a fountain behind me. I just wanted to make a little note to anyone who ever wonders what happens to the coins that get thrown into fountains or the shrines at Everest and so on. They actually collect up all those coins and donate them to local good causes here in Orlando. So a nice little thing to notice, if there is coins in there, they're going to go somewhere to help somebody. So there's a few merchandise locations down this road, including Pixar and the Sparkle on Sunset Boulevard. That's the Pandora shop, followed by the Disney dress shop here in Hollywood Studios towards the end. Got some of our cast members outside making magic. As you can see, down at the bottom you have that iconic view of the Hollywood Tower Hotel, otherwise known as the Tower of Terror. There are a couple of outdoor food locations down here, just quick service, and an ice cream parlour on the end. So the first thing we come to on our right is Theatre of the Stars, currently showing a performance of Beauty and the Beast. When I've talked to a lot of people back home about Disney, they're going about the rides, but Disney has a lot of other things available, and including entertainment. So not only do we have Beauty and the Beast during the day, we have our nighttime spectacular here at the Beverly Hills Amphitheatre called Fantasmic. You get to see Mickey going up against many of the Disney villains using the help of his friends. And it's a beautiful show. Unlike in California where it's set on Tom Sawyer's Island, here we have a special theatre specifically for this show. It's one of my favourite shows here on property. It makes me cry every single time. Definitely worth a watch if you get a chance. I have done a video of this during a cast member preview of its recent reopen. So if you do want to see what it looks like, head back to that video and have a look. Before I talk about Tower of Terror, I do just want to swing a left here and we're going to head to another attraction, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. A little bit further down this way we do have Lightning McQueen's Race Academy, so if you've got any avid racers, definitely go and check that out. You get to see Lightning McQueen up on the stage. He talks about his adventures and goes up against some of the familiar faces that we may know from the films. But behind me is that beautiful guitar showing us that this is Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. I do get very sick on it, so I don't know how Aerosmith came along and rode this 10 times in a row. I definitely would not be able to do that. This is a very intense coaster, going from 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. So it's quite a launch. One of my favourite scenes on this is actually as you walk out of the studio, you go into the alleyway and you can tell who has never ridden this ride before based on the look on their faces. This is actually one of the largest indoor roller coasters, and the roof of this building actually comes off in 3 pieces, so they're able to access it for maintenance and so on. It's predominantly in the dark with a few bits of light showing us some neon signs on our way to go to the show on our backstage tour. Depending on which of the ride vehicles you get is going to depend on which song that you get during your show. So you may get Do Looks Like a Lady, Walk This Way, Love in an Elevator. It's just going to depend on which of the cars that you get, and it's a nice surprise to see what you're going to be rocking out to as you head to go on to get those backstage passes. We're going to say goodbye to Rock and Roller Coaster and go and talk about Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror here is my favourite attraction here at Hollywood Studios, taking you into the 5th dimension, otherwise known as the Twilight Zone, on your adventure. So the Hollywood Tower Hotel was a place where all the stars used to stay. Very high-end, glitzy, until something happened. The hotel itself was struck by lightning, and now we're just left with the experience of what happened that day. What's actually really interesting about this attraction is it's not only just below the height requirement for a aeroplane light. Actually, this building does roam regularly struck by lightning. It has actually got a lightning rod on the top, like many of the buildings here around Disney property. You can see the windows opening there. That's actually the attraction going, and sometimes you might be able to hear the screams of the people that are on the attraction. There are multiple versions of Tower of Terror in Disney properties across the world. So there is a version of this at California that has actually been rethemed to Guardians of the Galaxy, and there is a version at Disneyland Paris that I've personally been on, which is very, very similar, but it does focus more on one of the characters rather than the group of them. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out more. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hopefully see you soon.